Blackstone Audio presents The Payoff, Why Wall Street Always Wins by Jeff Connaughton. This book is read by Jeff Connaughton. To my parents. Prologue. In December 2007, less than a year before America's financial crisis, I had no special reason, despite my experience, to know what lay ahead. At the time, I was serving as a volunteer in Joe Biden's presidential campaign in Waterloo, Iowa, an apt place, I thought, for what I knew was my last stand for Biden, for whom I had worked on and off for 23 years. Presidential campaigns are often exercises in self-delusion for the candidate and his supporters, but up to the finish I could still convince myself, at least occasionally, that my old hero had a chance, despite what the world was telling me. I distinctly remember the day when Ted Kaufman, Biden's longtime chief of staff and my former boss in Biden's Senate office, and Beau Biden, Biden's oldest son, gave a passionate pitch on a conference call from our headquarters to 68 political captains across our region. After the call, I told Ted, a wise and savvy political veteran, that for a second he even had me believing him. In a presidential campaign, you're either faking it or you're dead, Ted said. The faking came to an end when only 6 people stood in the Biden corner on caucus night at the high school I was monitoring. Barack Obama had nearly 80, Hillary Clinton about 60. Elsewhere in the state, Biden's defeat was equally crushing. Afterwards, I left the campaign to fly to Costa Rica, where I was thinking about building a house to recharge. My architect and a developer joined me for dinner at a hotel restaurant in Punta Islita. Both were Americans, each a few more years into middle age than me. We had barely ordered dinner when the developer said he had just returned from New York City, where he was involved with the loan committees of Merrill Lynch and Lehman Brothers. Both companies are technically insolvent. Startled, I put down my glass. What? I don't believe it. This was 2 months before Bear Stearns began to falter and fail. If that's true, we're all in a world of shit, I said. I remember my words exactly. I couldn't believe what the man was saying. I'd been trained in business and law school to believe that corporate governance worked. Even though I knew Wall Street held Washington in a perpetual half-Nelson, I still believed our laws would prevent hidden catastrophes and blatant fraud. Our system is based on full disclosure of independently audited financial statements combined with oversight and enforcement from the Securities and Exchange Commission. How could it be that 2 major Wall Street firms were technically...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?